This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. For years, she was the lone unidentified victim of a Winnipeg serial killer. Nameless, she was known as Mashkade Bishikikwe Iban, or Buffalo Woman, with just one piece of evidence released trying to identify her. Now, Ashley Shingoos's family will have a chance to make sure she isn't forgotten. CBC's Rosanna Hempel joins us live in studio. And Rosanna, it's been another difficult week for the Shingoos family, and part of that again is centered around a piece of her clothing.
Yeah, Brittany, one of the only things we knew about Ashley Shingoos before she was identified was that she had a black and white reversible coat with her when she was killed. In 2022, Winnipeg police shared images of this jacket with hopes of identifying her. In March, police confirmed it belonged to Ashley Shingoos. Yesterday, police joined the family for an emotional ceremony. At their request, the pictures are being kept private. It included the chief and deputy chief of police, along with family and close friends. It's where the family was given back Ashley's last known belonging, that jacket. Earlier today, her father Albert said it will help them heal.
That's one step ahead to give us that strength to carry on. Even though when we cry, the tears is just a happiness for me that we are going to bring Ashley home.
And this is all leading up to tomorrow, when Ashley's family will be in court for a special hearing. They're getting the chance to share how her murder impacted them. Jeremy Skibitsky was convicted last summer before Ashley was identified, so her family and friends didn't get the opportunity to speak at his sentencing. Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs Grand Chief Kyra Wilson will be there. Wilson says the justice system needs to do everything it can to support families, and returning belongings is a part of that.
It's so heartbreaking, but it probably means so much to the family. And so, these are some of the processes that we need to start thinking about with the justice system, and how do we support families more.
Ashley's parents say they'll be bringing the coat home with them to St. Teresa Point First Nation as they wait for the search for her remains at the Brady Road landfill to begin. Brittany?
All right, thank you, Rosanna. That's CBC's Rosanna Hempel. Now, that spirit name that many came to know so well is now being shared with another unidentified woman. Police are pleading with the public for any information that might help them with her cold case and hopefully bring peace to another family. CBC's Zubina Ahmed has that story.
Mashkade Bishikikwe is her name. Mashkade Bishikikwe is her name.
With her identity still a mystery, today an unidentified Indigenous woman was gifted a spirit name. It's the same name given 3 years ago to Ashley Shingoos, a previously unidentified victim of convicted serial killer Jeremy Skibitsky. Thelma Morisseau is a grandmother who helped bestow the name on Shingoos. She says the same spirit name will once again help them learn the woman's identity.
And collectively, we said that can't continue, because she is loved, she is valued, she was someone's daughter, she was someone's sister.
Albert Shingoos says he's glad to see the name going to someone who needs it.
It's very good. Now she could watch over us, take care of us, give us that strength. Now she could watch over my family, keep our heads up.
The woman's body was found at the Manwin Hotel on Main Street 1 year ago this week. Winnipeg police say her death is not considered suspicious. Sergeant Ashley Hartle is with the Missing Persons Unit.
This is not a criminal investigation. Rather, we're assisting the Chief Medical Examiner's Office in working in partnership with community, hoping that together we can connect this woman with her loved ones.
Hartle says an updated sketch of the woman is being circulated. It includes small tattoos on her right wrist and hand, as well as a metal plate on her left clavicle that is visible through her skin. Zabina Ahmed, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Despite fire risk being low throughout the province, many evacuees are starting to return home, and it's not the case for all. One remote Northern First Nation has been out for more than 2 months, and leaders there say it's likely that will be the case for weeks to come. It all comes down to power, or more specifically, the lack of it. The CBC's Santiago Arias Orozco reports.
Thick darkness as far as the eye can see. This northern Manitoba First Nation is still without electricity. Months after wildfires burned hydro poles and knocked power out. Any plan to bring thousands of Pakidawagan evacuees back is halted until power is restored, lengthening their time away from home, one of the longest evacuations in the province during the worst wildfire season in decades. Fire damaging the electric grid in Pakidawagan at least twice.
Our crews moved in there in about the middle of July once rail access became available to begin making repairs, and it had made significant progress, but more damage from fire happened after that, and now we're just regaining access to those areas to assess the damage and begin repairs.
Hydro says nearly half of the damaged poles have been repaired or replaced. Much of the remaining work is in hard-to-reach areas, and it is unknown when they will finish, but the community wants to go home.
I've been out since May 29th, and right now, it's in the best interest of all Pakidawagan members to go back there because, of course, to go back to the comforts of our own home and the safety of our own community.
In previous years, Hydro has supplied the First Nation with generators. Deputy Chief Kelly Linklater hoped that would happen this time, but Manitoba Hydro said no.
The Crown Corporation says logistics and crews would be needed to move generators, but they are focused on fixing power instead.
Pakidawagan's deputy chief says the community will remain under a mandatory evacuation order until power returns, but he is frustrated.
They're not looking at the best interest of the community, the children, of course, the school. The kids are going to be going back to school soon, and what's the plan?
In Pakidawagan, the smoke continues to choke the air, even as wildfires recede from the area. The First Nation wants to install air purifiers before evacuees return to help protect residents. Despite everything that has to be done, the deputy chief is hopeful Pakidawagan evacuees can return by mid-September. Santiago Arias Orozco, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Air Canada has begun cancelling dozens of flights after lockout and strike notices for about 10,000 flight attendants.
We have begun this morning a gradual suspension of Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge operations. All flights will be paused by Saturday early morning.
We just want to get a fair and equitable contract for our flight attendants who are below minimum wage, and we just want to get compensated for all the work that we do.
The two sides seem far apart in contract negotiations, with flight attendants interrupting the news conference by Air Canada officials. The company says Air Canada Express flights will not be affected, and it will try to book stranded passengers on competitors' flights, something the company admits could be difficult during the summer travel peak. About 500 flights could be cancelled by Friday evening if there's no agreement. More than 100 fur pelts from Fort Gibraltar were stolen. It happened earlier this week. Staff say whoever it was climbed over the fort gates and smashed the windows of the cabin with the furs. It's a loss worth thousands of dollars. The group is asking people to keep an eye out as they could be resold. All right, time now to bring in Riley Lachak. And Riley, it was another hot and humid day out there.
Yeah, and as expected, Brittany, we're starting to see some of that thunderstorm activity start to bubble up in southern Manitoba and into northwestern Ontario. There is a warning in place for Victoria Beach at the moment, the potential for up to toonie-sized hail, some heavy downpours, as you can see on radar here, as well as some damaging winds. And this is all part of a cluster of storms that's now off into northwestern Ontario with a warning in place for Red Lake. This is all part of this broad area of low pressure that's moving into northern Manitoba. That's brought quite a bit of rain already to parts of northern Manitoba, and you can really see how defined this cold front is as it sinks a little bit further south here, and that's what's fueling that risk of thunderstorms as we get into the evening tonight. So we still have a rainfall warning in place for Lynn Lake and Brochet. Lynn Lake, as of this afternoon, had already received 69 millimeters of rain, so a significant amount of rain in parts of the province that are really needing it, along with that severe thunderstorm watch that remains in place. A few passing showers through the city this afternoon. In Brittany, we're looking at a cooler day tomorrow, 24 degrees, pretty pleasant, and lots of sunshine as we head into the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Riley.
You're welcome.
A new added cost to doing business with the United States. But can companies keep up? We'll explain straight ahead. In just a few weeks, Canadian entrepreneurs are going to face new hurdles when selling products to customers in the U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to add extra costs to certain parcels shipped to the States. Those new costs will add more financial strain for businesses with American clientele, and some have no choice but to cut ties. CBC's Mike Arsenault explains.
Apothecary Shop is a local business that makes all-natural goat's milk soaps and lotions. Owner Leah Bauer makes all the products herself on her farm in southeast Manitoba. She ships her products all across North America, but with the U.S. removing the de minimis exemption on parcels on August 29th, that's changed.
Is what has led me to decide to pause shipping to the United States and stop taking orders. And so that's what I posted about on Instagram for my followers.
U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to remove the de minimis duty-free treatment on parcels shipped to the States. De minimis is a law that exempts goods under $800 from tariffs at the border. Bauer says there's a lot of confusion about how the new law will work.
When you're a small business owner, you wear all the hats, and you're usually very busy wearing all those hats. And then all of a sudden you need to start understanding international tariffs and trade agreements.
Bauer isn't the only small business worried about losing their U.S. customer base. The Manitoba Craft Council says its members are scrambling, and removing de minimis brings a lot of uncertainty.
Now it's a matter of figuring out a completely different system, and people are really struggling to find information about what the implications will be, what the needed paperwork is.
Sutherland says the U.S. market accounts for 40 to 60% of sales for some craftspeople in Manitoba. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says de minimis was a lifeline for a lot of entrepreneurs.
They often relied on this de minimis rule to ship, the smaller products, 1 or 2 products at a time through the border with ease. But now comes that added compliance, added cost, and ultimately they expect a serious reduction in their client base in the U.S.
Bauer wants to see the de minimis exemption reinstated.
I'd like to just continue making my fall line and my winter line and to send products to people who love it the way that I have been for years.
The CFIB would like to see the federal government provide some financial relief with money collected through counter tariffs. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Designs are now public for a project years in the making that promises to transform the historic Alexander Docks. Mock-ups for the docks reveal a bright green revitalized space along the Red River by Waterfront Drive. The docks closed a decade ago after being damaged by ice. The new space includes community gathering places, renewed active transportation routes, and a new dock surface.
This isn't just about rebuilding a dock. It's about reconnecting to the river, to each other, and to our shared story. The design team, with deep input from community, has envisioned a space for gathering, ceremony, play, and reflection.
The new docks will allow for canoes and kayaks to use the site, as well as become a new water bus stop. It will also have a memorial site for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Well, hopefully you've had a chance to get outside today, and if it did, you probably needed your sunglasses and boy, oh boy, lots of water, because it is hot out there today.
Yeah, and the umbrella, because there's a couple of passing showers. Maybe you got woken up by a big rumble of thunder this morning.
A little bit of everything today.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we can expect as we head into the evening, Brittany, with this cold front as it passes through, with the potential of triggering some thunderstorms, particularly the further east you are in the province. So temperatures through the afternoon as forecast, 28 degrees in Winnipeg, high 20s. Right through southeastern Manitoba, but where that front passed through earlier in the day, you can really see how that impacted temperatures through the afternoon. So 24 in Dauphin, for example, the Pot 21 degrees, and where we have seen more of a steady rain into parts of northern Manitoba, Thompson struggling even to get to 13 degrees this afternoon. So pretty wide spread of temperatures as we've gotten throughout the day today. And as expected, some of that thunderstorm activity popping up around Victoria Beach, heading into northwestern Ontario as we get into the evening. This is the setup big picture. First off, we have this trough that started to form in the jet stream, and this is going to pull our temperatures back as that cold front pushes through as we get into the next 12 hours here. And this will keep our temperatures slightly below seasonal as we get into the weekend even until we get get into early next week. And here's that ridge that warmed us up, now back over southern Ontario, where temperatures are expected to surge as we get into Friday and Saturday as a result. So here's that low. The rest of it pushes off over Hudson Bay as we get into Friday morning. Still, though, Thompson looking at some showers in the morning. Gillam, even into Shamattawa, I think a fairly good chance of seeing periods of light rain as we get through the day tomorrow, and winds that will pick up along the Hudson Bay coast as we get through the day on Friday. The rest of us, a mix of sun and clouds. High pressure starts to clear us out as we get into Saturday. Bit of extra cloud cover left over in the wake of this system, though, and maybe a really slight chance of some isolated showers as we get through the early part of Saturday. Into Sunday, we are looking at a bit more cloud cover, and as this next warm front starts to push into the province, there is the chance in Westman late into the evening Saturday into early Sunday morning that we get into some thunderstorm activity again. Fairly weak in nature because we don't have that heating, we don't have that energy, that humidity in the atmosphere to really fuel some of this thunderstorm activity. Rainfall to come, maybe another 10 millimeters in places like Lynn Lake, but around the Hudson Bay coast in particular, we are looking at another 20 to 30 millimeters potentially, and temperatures much cooler as we head into the day on Friday. 9 degrees, Brittany and Churchill, and we're looking at low 20s right across southern Manitoba. Your 7-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Riley.
You're welcome.
A Winnipeg art exhibit is showcasing the natural world as seen through the eyes of disability. There's colorful drawings and ceramic statues on display, all created by an organization that helps those people. Shannalee Vidal got a preview.
I love this art piece.
I like that it looks like this boat is kind of sailing into the pencil crayon.
Me too, like what I said, sailboat sailing in the sunset.
An art exhibit in Winnipeg is showcasing works by artists with intellectual disabilities. More than 20 members of L'Arche Winnipeg contributed works to Experiencing Eden, Disability and the Natural World. It's on at La Maison des Artistes Visuels Francophones. L'Arche employee Jubilee Duick-Thiessen says a lot of consideration was put into the message behind the art.
I think the norm is to think of disability as something that is imperfect and something that wouldn't be part of a perfect Eden environment. But it's really important to us to declare and to celebrate that disability is a perfect part of human life.
I made this blue moon by hand.
Kaylin Regier is one of the artists. Being part of this exhibit is a big deal for her.
I never shown my work before, so this is kind of different for me. I just feel very proud of myself.
The creation of this exhibit was a wonderful learning opportunity where our artists got to engage with new mediums and try new ways of making art that maybe they didn't think were possible for them.
Experiencing Eden also has an interactive portion. Visitors are invited to explore this sensory garden. And the idea is that the space is designed to make you feel that you're out in nature, something all of the artists enjoy.
The space resembles the outdoors with clouds, trees, sun, and even rain.
We wanted to tell the story of the perspectives and experiences of our members with disability in nature and how being in nature makes them feel connected.
Shannalee Vidal, CBC News, Winnipeg.
How artificial intelligence is helping protect people and outdoor workers from the heat. We'll explain straight ahead. Severe temperatures can have serious health concerns, especially for those who work outdoors. One scientist is working on a tool that she hopes will help keep farm workers safe. It's a biopatch device that monitors a person's vital signs for heat-related stress. Take a look.
Farm workers are 35 times more likely to have a heat-related death, followed by construction workers, who are 13 times. And so these are the two sectors that have the highest heat-related mortality. We worked with farm workers communities to come up with this device. I mean, they were very interested in having something that could protect them because they understand how dangerous it is to work outdoors in the heat. It's pretty much like a magnet. You just put it on your chest, and all of that data is coming into this device. And eventually, what our computer science team is going to do is use that data to train AI so that we are able to recognize someone who is heading into the danger zone before they collapse from heat stress, and to let them know, it's time to take a break, to hydrate, to cool down. We also want it to be able to use technology and the power of AI to try to recognize before someone gets sick. Heat-related deaths are preventable deaths.
All right, it's time for your dog walking forecast, and a special one tonight because we have a birthday to celebrate. It's Penny's 14th birthday on August 14th. Thank you, Michaela, for sending this picture, and I hope that Penny is having a wonderful birthday. Weather-wise, pretty nice out there, hot and humid, maybe a little bit humid for some, but nice evening, I think, once that cold front passes through for a dog walk tonight. Tomorrow in Winnipeg, looking at temperatures very seasonal for this time of the year, 24 degrees by the afternoon, temperatures into the evening close to 20 degrees. So, I mean, 26, 25 now is actually our normal high for this time of the year, so that's fairly seasonal. Into Saturday, 23, mainly sunny skies, maybe an odd drop of rain into the morning, but that's about it. Sunday, 24 degrees, mainly sunny as well, and as we head into next week, our next chance of some showers coming as we get into Monday at 26 degrees, and then we're back up close to 30 degrees again by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
And a big happy birthday to Penny.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hopefully she got a big birthday treat today.
What about a pup cup?
Oh, that's a good idea. Pup cup for Penny and maybe pup cups for
Yes,
everybody
exactly.
all around in this heat. Have a great night. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Yeah.
DQ today.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.